Geocaching is a high-tech treasure hunting game played throughout the world by adventure seekers equipped with GPS devices. The basic idea is to go outside and locate hidden containers called geocaches using a GPS-enabled device. The GPS coordinates of geocaches are listed on geocaching.com. All you need to do is plug these coordinates into your GPS device and head outside to find the cache. Geocaching is a great way to explore locations near and far. With over 1 million geocaches hidden worldwide, there are geocaches for every type of adventurer to find. The journey in discovering a geocache is often the greatest reward. Your GPS device will help you navigate close to the cache, but once you are close, you'll have to discover the geocache on your own. Geocaches can be very cleverly hidden. When you find a cache, sign the logbook. If you take something from the cache, leave something of equal or greater value in its place so that there's something there for the next geocachers to find. When you're done, please remember to re-hide the cache exactly as you found it. When you return from your geocaching adventure, visit geocaching.com to log your find and share your experiences with the community.
I got into geocaching because I really like hiking, and I hike, like 3 or 4 times a week, something like that. I try to get out more, but sometimes it doesn't happen. And one time, about a year ago, I found this box, and on the lid it said, "Don't throw out. Find more information at geocache.com." So there was this little Hot Wheels car, this red, I think it was a Mustang, and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird and cool. So I went to the thing, got really into it because number one, I already liked hiking. So I'd have to say the weirdest thing I found would be close to Halloween. I was out with my friends and we went to find one, and it was a small box and it had just like a fake rubber finger in it, and I had to do like a double take. It kind of freaked me out for a second. Well, I mean, I try to go as often as I can. I mean, like I said, I like hiking, so I try to do it as often as I can. I mean, there's really no. I mean, I've been doing geocaching for a while. I mean, my first year of college, I started doing it, but it was only something like to do like on a weekend or something like that. Now I try to do it as often as my job lets me in school. So try to get out like 2 or 3 times a week, for the exercise, and it's a lot of fun. I'd have to say the most useful thing I found would be a Metro card. I didn't think there was any on it, but when I went to the city like a week later, I got a free train ride out of it. There was like $5 on it, so that was nice.
Hiking with him, and when we got to the Round Valley Reservoir, he took out his GPS and said that we were going to go geocaching, and I'd never heard of it at the time, but he told me how people post coordinates to the internet of hidden things in the woods, and you go look for them. So it sounded like kind of fun but weird, and we tried it. We found like 2 or 3 things around the reservoir that day, and it was really fun, so I decided to go out and buy my own GPS, and I've just been really into it since then. The weirdest thing I ever found while caching was a fortune cookie, actually. And when I picked it up, I realized there were ants all over it, and they started to crawl on my arm, and I kind of tossed it over the side and shook them off me. I've been caching for about 2 years now, and I don't get to go as often as I like to, but I try and get out at least a couple times a month, see how many I can find in a month or a weekend. One of the hardest things about caching is doing it when the trails are really populated, which can happen a lot because that's where people place the items. And you don't want to go into the woods, grab a box and have a bunch of people see you because they'll get curious, they'll go screw with it, and geocaching isn't a well-known thing, so you know, they probably won't respect it the same way other geocachers would respect it.
I haven't really gotten to go to as many places as I hope. Just a couple, like there's a few state parks around me at home. But probably one of the cooler places I've been to, which I didn't think would be that cool, is I went to Central Park one day, and there's probably like 10 or 12 around the park, and I think me and my friend found one or two. It's a little more difficult though because there's so many people out there. I haven't really gotten to try too many of the harder caches. Online they have different levels of like terrain and difficulty of finding, and the ones that I've gotten to travel to so far are only really like level 1 or 2 out of 5s, but there have been a few where me and a friend have gone out to look for them and spent an hour or two and actually never found anything, which is kind of a pain. But then if you go back another day, it feels real good to find it and get something that you missed out the day before and spent so long looking for. There have definitely been a few times where I didn't know how to use the GPS correctly, and it's led us through a lot of pricker bushes and streams and rivers and all sorts of stuff that wasn't fun to go through or anything, but I guess it adds to the adventure eventually. If you want to get started in caching, it's pretty simple. All you really need is a GPS, and which run fairly cheap online, maybe like 50 to 100 bucks. If you really wanted to, you could get an app for any of your smartphones. The only problem with that is that it wastes a lot of battery, and if it's raining out, you don't want to bring your phone out in the rain. But other than that, all you need is something that you can plug coordinates into and a computer to look up where the coordinates are and the hints and everything that people post.